Hey, welcome back to Happy Little Note Treats. Today we're going to talk about Keyboard Maestro and the macros that I have made for myself. They are available in the link in the description. If you go up to my GitHub, you can download the macros for Keyboard Maestro and you kind of see how they're built and structured. Now, I have built all of them into functioning with my Stream Deck, which is the 4x8, so 32 keys, but it's kind of unlimited. We're just going to talk about a couple of them that I have for the color page. Now, you've probably heard me talk about at some point putting a node into gamma linear. Well, going through this prompt and finding gamma and then going linear takes time. However, if I want to flip that on, flip that off, I have a hotkey on my Stream Deck, and I'll see if it works. And it just doop, boop, boop, and it takes care of it. And if we go back and check, that has been turned off to use timeline. And if we go back, hover over the node, boop, 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 and did it do it? Nope. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. And if we check that out and go, it is now back in gamma linear. So it does flip it back and forth. That's what it does. That's the really fun thing. The other thing that I have is I use node layers a lot, especially on big projects. I set my look at the look level here. I set my font, trims, and power windows and things for each shot here. And I do my shot level balancing on level 1. However, it's annoying to have to go up here and find it every time. So I have 4 hotkeys that take me from layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and then up to timeline if I'm working with something in the timeline. And I can hit key back around. Now, that's cool, but what if you want to activate and turn on, say, skin check to see what the skin looks like, but then want to get back to layer 1? How do we do that? Well, we do have that option. There is a set apart function that's built to flip me over and find that singular node to turn my skin check on and off and take me back to the page that I'm working on and bring my mouse back to where I was. So if you're watching down below, let me just see. Yep. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just touching that skin check on and off, and it's taking me back right to where I was. We go back to layer 1. We're fiddling around with our warm temperature. We want to check how our skin's looking. Skin check, boop. We got to dial that back, get her back to somewhere normal. Let's go spin it that way. Skin check off. And there you go. Easy, one key to do all that. Instead of having to go up here, find where it's at, and go turn that on and off. So annoying. Now, it just knows, where were you? Send there. Boop, boop, doop. And these are custom, so I'm talking Keyboard Maestro. These aren't just the hotkeys that you can do in Resolve naturally, that they let you do with keyboard preferences. This is all just what you can do here and there. Now, the other thing that I have in here is my power grade grabber. So I have several power grades. I like to use mononode shapers as the DCTL, but I don't like them in my node tree because it's cluttered. It gets cluttered to just have everything. So I have like I have my primary, the ones I use a lot on the main page, and then on another page in the Stream Deck, I have all my other power grades, but it's set up so that I can click, and oops, daisy. There, I was new. It was gonna do that. It wasn't gonna work this time. It wasn't gonna work this time. Sometimes it gets freaky. And once it's figuring life out and getting used to, let's see here. Nope, did it again. Freaking out here. Did I change something that it's not? Gonna have to check that macro out. Let's see if we can diagnose that issue by quitting the engine because it's freaking out right now. I'm relaunching the engine. Sometimes this happens. It happens. We were doing so good, almost showing all of them. Go to shapers. We'll just go here. And so it is, if we're looking at this, let's see if I bring this up on the vehicle screen. you can see what I'm looking at here. So it's supposed to set the mouse position and then go to library, click on library, and then once library is loaded, it is supposed to go to click on that. So let's try that again. We're just walking through what it's supposed to do. So if the library isn't active, because if you turn that off, it's supposed to turn that on. All right. And then after that, it types in, it goes to there. Click in there, type in DCTL. So normally I'll click there. Let's just make sure that it's there. And let's see here what it's doing. Where are we going? So it types, it goes, and then it's supposed to type in DCTL. And after that, it goes to that first box because DCTL will then be up. And then it drags it back to wherever the mouse was located. So click and hold, and then release. Click, hold, release. So it should do that, and then it sets a loop counter from 0 to 0, and then it counts and adds up the loop counter plus 1. And that's to keep it from going crazy, but sometimes if the loop counter, it is supposed to be done, but it is checking for my thing, and it is finding it, and then it is typing in the name, and let's see. I don't know why. So if we do DCTL, and it drags it back to where the mouse position was. All right. It should then go and click, and then do down arrow till it finds up 150 till it finds the shaper as the bottom one. So we are now going to go with, let's test it out again, see what's going on. There it goes, and it found it. Ah. It worked for magenta. Fascinating that it is freaking out on me. So what I am saying is these will be available so you can see what they are. And you can see magenta. Magenta works. It went and got the DCTL. Let's see about blue. It got blue, and it changes the name. There we go. Now we're getting some that work. Cyan. Boom. Now we're working green. Got green, and these are all working. Boom. And that is our yellow shaper, right on target. So yeah, sometimes it gets a little funky. Is it just the red one that is messed up? No. Does it now? I don't know. What I'm saying is these are my... Oh, the other one is right click, apply layer, apply grade. There's a hotkey you can do, but it is also not great. But because it doesn't work when you hover your mouse and you play apply layer, it doesn't automatically do this, apply active layer, apply grade. I don't know what the hotkey does. I think it's when you hover in your gallery, but if you hover over here, it will apply the layer and or apply the whole grade. Those are the other macros that I have going. So when you download them, if you use Keyboard Maestro, you can look at how I've structured these macros. I'll give you the examples, and you can rebuild them yourselves, because some of them requires screenshot or going to certain places on your screen based on your GUI. Other ones are based on screenshots, which you'll have to take yourself based on your GUI as well, and just swapping the originals out. But these are the Keyboard Maestro things that give me the most joy. And if we apply this grade here, and we're back to having our 3 layers, being able to switch between the 3 layers with a single key and then going and doing skin check. Is so much fun. Why is it not working now? Keyboard Maestro. Sometimes it works flawlessly, other times it gets all out of sorts. But anyways, until next time, enjoy.